And good evening. Welcome back to Kingsport 1876, Session 4. We're going to come up to some sort of finale tonight, and I'm sure everything will turn out fine, and everyone will live happily ever after, even Serafina's character. So speaking of which, why don't I introduce my partner in crime, friend, and just, you're just here, you're a fixture. There's going to be a statue of you in Kingsport. So who is playing Adam, I wanted to say our hollow because everybody's playing the hollow, but you're playing the ghoul.
I'm not playing the hollow.
You're playing the ghoul. I know.
Adam is the
Anyway.
least hollow character in this game, which maybe
I know,
says
right?
something.
I know.
I don't know. Atalanta's pretty not hollow.
Atalanta's full of other people.
Fair point.
So I am Serafina, she, her, playing Adam Fairchild, he, him. He is our ghoul. Died a while back. It was inconvenient during the Civil War, and has been having kind of a hard time. You know, as a Fairchild, he's a good dude. He wants to be a good dude anyway. And, you know, he's got this new girlfriend that he's really confused about. It's kind of weird that, you know, she will eventually, or has already, fucked his great-great-granddaughter or somebody. Who knows? It's fine. And he's made some promises to her to keep her safe. He's made, I think, a mild enemy of Atalanta, his former friend. Frenemy? I don't know. Anyway, it's all going great, and he's really excited about all of it. He's not.
Like I always tell you, Serafina, everything's going to be fine. It's going to be, yeah. Now, somebody who knows better to believe me when I say everything is going to be fine, Jesse, who's playing Johnny, our Selkie.
I really believe everything you say, Kat. It's definitely going to be fine. Yep. So I am Johnny the Selkie. Up on land trying to figure out what people are like, how to be like people, curious and exploring, but kind of bitter and disillusioned. Although, you know, maybe not bitter anymore. I think probably not bitter anymore. Had the opportunity to go back home and never return, back below the sea, and decided to go back and see this thing through. And so he left his pelt with Rebecca Pembleton. Is that her first name? Whom he seems to have formed a romantic attachment with. You know, despite having formed physical attachments with every single other person in the town of Kingsport, or maybe because. So he gave her his pelt to keep safe while he is on land, which will be totally fine. She is a deep one. Or, yeah, as Pembletons are.
Yeah, people of the waves is also acceptable.
People of the waves.
Yeah, no, that was definitely one of your good ideas, I think. Definitely one of your good ideas. Next up, we go to Joe, who's playing Selina, our Fae.
I'm Joe, they, them, playing Selina, she, her. Selina's, she's got problems. She's got so much shit she's dealing with. Dating another Fairchild, well, possibly, definitely being hunted by the werewolf, just because she can't handle the fact that I did not want to go steady, I guess. Also, there's other fairies that are trying to enslave me or something. I don't know. It's confusing.
What, you expecting the Fae to just be rational and well thought out and have all the plans?
No, I expect them to be mercurial and not care, unless their promise is broken.
That's fair. It's really not, but it's okay. It worked out for Bill Shakespeare. And finally, Stephen, who is playing Atalanta, our werewolf.
Yes, Atalanta is Selina's former lover. They had kind of a tiff when Selina went off immediately after having sex and had sex with someone else. That annoyed her. Selina kind of made it worse with her reaction, and then the fairy queen said that if I skinned Selina and brought her pouch, she'd bring my mother back to life. So what's a girl going to do?
Clearly murder a lot of people. I mean, I hear it's in this year in Paris. Cool, and I'm Kat, your mistress of ceremony, she, her. And this is, I have just counted the seventh different year I've run, seventh different time period I've run a Kingsport system in, and our 10th series. This is kind of, wow, I don't know how that happened, but it did. And it's been a year, and I'm so happy that everybody who came to this have played Kingsport before. You've been great. I will stand back and let the fireworks begin. But speaking of standing back and letting the fireworks begin, where shall we stand back and let the fireworks begin tonight? I mean, let's see. When last we left off, Adam had just discovered that, aliens wanted his brain for reasons. Also, you had just encountered the fairy queen in her most scary Kate Blanchett mode. Atalanta, I believe you were hanging out with your little pack of werewolves getting ready to hunt Selina down. Selina, you were hanging out with your fae and just doing stuff.
Yes, and I promised the fairy queen that I would not fail, which probably was not the smartest move to make.
I'm sure she'll be very forgiving and overlook that. Cool. So where shall we start? Where did we leave you, Selina?
I really don't know. Did I rush back to the Fairchild estate because that's like the safest place that I know of?
That is, I believe, what you did. Yes. And where did we leave Johnny off?
Make it out in the dunes with Rebecca.
Right. Right. Of course.
End scene.
Yes. Fade to black. All right. So I guess it sounds like we need to start with Adam and Selina. I mean, we just saw Adam in a fairy circle in the woods with Atalanta. That much I remember.
Oh God, so
And
weird.
The queen read you to filth. So
Yeah, that didn't go well.
no.
Yeah, but you shut her down real good.
I did. I shut down the Queen of the Fae like an
I did it
idiot.
too. So,
Like an
bonded.
idiot. Yeah. What are you thinking, Selina? I don't know. You read it somewhere?
Well, Selena's like holed up in your house. She's
Right.
probably like she's gonna like pour some water into like a saucer and like stare off into it because she needs answers. She needs help from like outside
Gaze
help
into the
on
abyss.
what to do. Yes, because she's trying to find a way. Like, how can I get the king and the queen to stop trying to own me, like, or have me swear fealty? Like, what can I do? And this will go poorly because I'm not very dark. All right. Let's see. Reroll selected. 6 and a 1 is a 6 total.
A 6.
6. So close. I don't like. There's no way to spin strings on. Where's my unicorn girlfriend when I need her?
That's a good question. Where is your unicorn girlfriend when you need her?
She's still a unicorn somewhere.
Probably.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe she hooked up with Britta Mart and they're just, off doing stuff. So what's... Okay. Yeah, I don't want to do that. Oh. Okay. So, in the dish, you see the king staring back at you.
Oh no.
This isn't helpful.
Hello.
Great.
Hello, Selina.
I would like to enter at some point.
Yeah. You could maybe see Selina crouched over a dish having have an argument with some water.
Your Majesty? That's still your title, even if I don't serve you, right?
Wow, I can't believe you're being actually almost respectful. For you, this is a
Look, I mean,
moment.
royalty's still royalty, even if, look, the Queen of the England is still the Queen of England, even if I don't serve her.
Well, that's true. So, I couldn't help but notice the question you had forming in your head.
Yeah, I was hoping you wouldn't hear that, or the missus wouldn't hear that.
Oh, Selina, when will you understand that we're all part of the same thing? You can't whisper. It's like shouting.
That's great.
However, if you truly want to be free of our jurisdiction, there is one thing you could do, but I'm not sure you'd like it.
Let me guess, give up my power?
Wow, it's like you've heard this before.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't really love that.
Sooner or later, you should join one of the courts. If you want, people try and stay independent, but it usually goes badly for them.
So I'm
Hey, is that
saying,
Barblow hanging out with you? Hey, buddy. You're
yeah. So what's your pitch this time?
Oh, I don't have a pitch. I mean, I could save you, but you've been so very clear about being, not interested in anything I have to say. I just figure since wifey figured out a loophole that she can kill you before we ever try and recruit you, this will be fine.
It's not really how it works, though. Like, it already happened.
We draw a curved and interesting path through space-time, my friend.
Yeah, no, it makes no sense, I'm sure.
Yeah, no, I mean,
But, like,
we have already tried to recruit you in 1943. So if we kill you in 1876,
you still
it still works out just fine.
you still tried to recruit me. You just failed.
Yes. We're all agreed.
Is it really a loophole if it's just murder?
Murder is frequently a loophole in our deals.
But what's it a loophole for? I guess that's what I'm trying to figure out.
Well, we don't have to worry about you anymore. She's not going to keep bothering me. What are you
Did
going to do about Selina? Have you done anything about the Selina situation today? Where's Selina?
Wait, so I'm actually a situation for you two?
You have managed to remain defiant for a very long time for a changeling. We're not going to lie. We're not going to lie. There's some who are impressed with it.
Oh, like who?
Dark elves mostly.
Oh, okay. All right. So like, thanks.
I mean,
Like,
yeah.
what? It's either you kill me or what? Like, I do serve someone.
Well, I mean, I'm the only one with an offer still on the table right now. I think. I think the Queen's made her position on this matter reasonably clear.
Yeah, well, that's because she owes me a promise. So.
Oh, she owes you a promise.
Yeah, she promised me something.
Well, then she'll definitely want to try and kill you.
Yeah.
I think at this moment, Adam walks in, disheveled, covered in blood, and looking a little worse for wear.
As I'm like arguing with the water.
Are you? And I think he just stands in the doorway, looks at you, and says, "Are you arguing with a bowl?"
What? No. No.
I've seen a lot of things There's a man in that bowl. He's really out of it.
Yes. Well, yes, there is.
He like leans over it. Leans over your shoulder. Do we like him?
that's a tough question. I mean, I like when he's not trying to. I like that he's not trying to kill me right now.
It's...
Unlike his wife. Yeah, your Majesty. This is Adam. Adam, this is one of the kings of fairies.
Cool. He throws a sugar cube at you, Adam.
Oh, that's just mean. Oh, you piece of shit.
I think with that, he fades away quickly.
I wish I could shut him down with that. Like, you son of a bitch.
Catches the sugar cube and just looks at it.
You son of a bitch.
Huh.
Yeah, Selina is very forlorn, I guess now.
Yeah. He like sits down on the couch behind you and says, "The Queen of the Fairy." He like puts the sugar cube in his mouth, like he doesn't know what else to do with it. And he says, "The Queen of the Fairy has given Atalanta 2 days to kill you."
Wonderful.
I ate some deer. It's been a weird night.
It's more than one, I'm sure.
I tried to eat Atalanta, but
That would have solved some problems, but also been weirder for you. So, for your sake, I'm glad, I guess. Although that would have stopped her.
Wouldn't it have?
No, it would have. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And you're still gonna stop her, right?
He looks so tired and like overwhelmed. But when you say that, he like reaches out and he grabs your hand and he says, "Of course I am." Right after I
Let's get you cleaned up.
Yeah. Yeah. Poor Adam.
Slow bathing scene. Cut away.
Roll plus hot.
Okay.
You don't have to.
I mean, Selina's always going to try to do such things.
Okay. So I think I want to check what Atalanta and her gang of street wolves are doing.
That's a good question, because I mean I've got my plans for tomorrow night, but I don't have anything in particular planned. Before I think I'm going home, so I'm probably going to be talking to my father.
Okay. Incidentally, tomorrow will be the 4th of July, just because, I don't know, it's the last episode, so why not? Cool. All right. So I guess you get home. There's a large group of your friends and relatives hanging out in the front hall, in the parlor, all in mourning. They all sniff expectantly when you come in, and then relax, and then sniff again because they can smell blood on you.
Yes, and I think I go I pad over to the closet and change and dress and come out and greet everybody. I mean, I think I've taken over the hostess duties since my mother's untimely death.
Yeah, that would make sense. Your father's kind of a wreck.
Yes.
So cool. Are there road cliffs here?
I think the father is, but not the son.
All right. Well, he gives you a subtle indication of submission.
And yes, and I offer him some hors d'oeuvres, which is, I mean, little bits of tartar on crackers or something.
Excellent. Yeah, everybody's even more antsy because it's full moon time, so they're a little ginned up. So cool. Yeah. So you want to talk to your dad?
Yeah, I just sort of check in with him, and it's like it's like I'm encouraging you. Have to show strength now, Father. People are watching us for signs of weakness.
It's hard for me. You know, I've not been neither the same man nor wolf since the war.
You don't need to be the same. You need to appear the same.
As you say, daughter. And just then there's a commotion at the front door, and like everybody in the room does because the stranger has entered, and you can smell it because they smell of the sea.
And I go to meet the stranger. Is this someone I recognize?
Yes, it's the Reverend Wilkins, Perdition Wilkins. He's the minister of the Esoteric Order of Dagon.
Yes, Reverend Wilkins.
Miss Winters,
Yes.
thou may not ken it, but we are akin, though of a far off way.
Yes, I am somewhat acquainted with your parishioner, Rebecca Pembleton.
Aye, and I knew Chastity, your first mother. Charity, right? Charity. Yeah. I have come to speak on Rebecca. I think you know young Johnny.
I have met him. Would you care to come into the library?
Yes, I think the parlor is not a fitting place for me.
So I mean, I go into the library. I offer him his choice of beverage.
Oh, he asked for what he normally would ask for, tea with some salt in it.
Absolutely. Yes, and I get tea as well without salt.
Good plan. Young Rebecca has formed an attachment with Johnny, who I understand to be a friend of thine.
Indeed, Johnny seems to be forming acquaintances with many of my friends.
'Tis dangerous for our kindreds to mix.
Yes, know you of Johnny's antecedents?
I do. His people are not unknown to us. They're more kin to thine than ourn, in that they changed their shape. There were them like unto you who carried their pelt around with them.
Well, though he may be more akin to me than to thee, I have no particular dominion over him. I cannot be accountable for his behavior.
Aye, but you have influence over him. Is that not so?
Perhaps. Yet it seems to me you have even more influence over Rebecca. If there is.
Aye, perhaps, maybe. In the days after the witch trials, it was so. But now these young people thinking they can do their own thing, go their own way. Some of them are trying to move off to Innsmouth.
Innsmouth. That's a Kingsport for me.
It's not.
I have
It's
no
not-
joy of these newfangled towns.
It's not something for young Miss Pembleton, as the Pembletons are still barred from it.
Well, I can pass on your advice, but it is my thought that it's best to allow young people to make their own mistakes and let them learn from them if they can.
And it's my experience that one's elders stay with them and guide them for very long into their life.
That may be so, yet I am not Johnny's elder nor Rebecca's.
No, thou art a free agent with thine own magic that partakes not of the sea. Help me to convince young Miss Rebecca to stay as she is and change like she is meant to, and perhaps mine can be of assistance in your quest.
I will see what I can do. But I cannot promise to do more than to speak with Rebecca and Johnny. Their decisions must be their own.
On that, I suppose we must agree. Thank you very much, Miss Winters.
Indeed, it is always a pleasure to have your company. And I shake his. Well, I don't know if I would shake his hand. That's probably not appropriate, but I may make whatever is the courteous gesture would be, and I escort him to the door.
I'm thinking a curtsy with some weird hand gesture.
Yeah.
Cool. Johnny, I want to put you with a player character.
Yes, that sounds like a great idea. Do you have a thought about who might be most appropriate? I'm trying to think about whose wheels Johnny can most effectively gears he can most effectively grind.
Well, you could show up at Shea Fairchild.
Adam's having a rough time.
Yeah.
That's true. You can comfort and support him. Okay.
Sure.
So talk to me about how this scene goes.
I'm not sure how Johnny feels about monogamy. I guess we'll figure it out.
I don't know. Are seals monogamous?
I have no idea.
And are Selkies monogamous? I mean,
No idea.
We did just try to have a threesome last session.
That did happen.
Yeah, that did
Right,
happen.
but that was before the sweet scene on the beach.
That's true. That's true.
Johnny's emotionally in different place. Anyways, let's play it out instead of talking about it. I'm sorry. We have a game that we can play that will answer these questions.
Do you just
find out, kids?
Yeah.
Do you just come up to the servants' entrance like you normally do?
Yeah, I think I do. I think I try to play like nothing happened.
I think when you come up to the servants' entrance and you go inside, you find Adam sitting in the kitchen, with a bottle by himself, like all disheveled, probably like in his nightshirt and some breeches, like barely in a shirt, as is tradition.
Yeah, I mean, I think, yeah, Johnny's basically just wearing pants and also like a open collared loose shirt that doesn't stay on very well, as is his way.
I like them using this effect on each other.
Yes, when he must wear a shirt. So I think I come in and I sit down and I say, what's going on, Adam?
I've always been a fan of brandy.
I don't think I've ever tried it.
You should. It's delicious. This one's mine. There's another one in that cabinet.
I go to the cabinet and I like, what do I see? Like, is it just the one bottle on a shelf? Is there like a?
There's like a bunch of like liquor bottles in there.
Yeah, I just grab one. I don't know what it is.
Great.
You know, I
When you come back. Oh yeah.
I'm actually not sure Johnny can read.
Yeah, maybe not.
I'm not sure. Anyways,
I think when you come back, he like looks up and says, "That's the best one. You have a good taste."
I'm glad. I look around on the table for a cup.
Just drink it out of the bottle. It's fine.
Okay. Yeah. So I take it and I have a swig, and I swallow it. I'm like, well, that tastes like something, and it burns going down.
He looks up at you and says, "I died, you know."
I didn't know. What was that like? I've never died before.
I died on the battlefield. I died on the end of a bayonet. Well, in fairness, I died sometime after the bayonet. And then I woke up here. Years later.
Like here?
Here.
Here in this room?
No. In my bed. Like nothing had happened. But I get so hungry.
Do you
And
want
now
me to
there's these.
I can make you some
Not
food.
for food. Not for food, Johnny. Jonathan. May I call you Jonathan? Johnny?
No one's ever called me Jonathan before.
Jonathan. And he like looks at you very intensely in the face and says, "The only thing I hunger for is fear."
I sort of like look at you kind of like quizzically. And how do you eat that?
Yeah. I am going to go ahead and take my move.
Mm-hmm.
Which is ending. You remember every detail of your death when you tell someone about it, give them the condition morbid,
Mm-hmm.
and roll to kill them all with cold. So I'm gonna just do that real quick.
I get morbid, right?
Yep.
Wonderful.
7, 8, 9. So I roll a 9.
Okay, let me look at that pick list. That's there it is.
I mean, you do have a string.
I do.
And you could just get it right back, so
That's fair. Yeah, I think I'll just spend that.
so you get it right back.
Yeah.
And yeah, so it's basically the same thing. That's weird. I never thought of that.
Yeah.
That has interesting mechanical consequences.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. I like lean forward and I sort of like put my hand on top of your hand that's holding the bottle.
Mm-hmm.
And I say, I promise you, Adam, if you want to get back to where you were before you woke up, I'll help you.
If I want to die, you mean?
If that's what you want, yes, I promise.
I'm not sure I want to. There are these strange creatures, and they tell me that they want my brain, and they want me to do things for them. And then the fairy queen told me that they're going to send me to some horrible brain prison. And I don't know if any of it's true. And I don't know if it matters. The only thing I've promised. What's that?
You sound very much like you're not happy with the life you're living right now. Do you want a different life? I can help you with that too.
A different life?
Yeah.
Sure. A different life. How?
Go somewhere else. Do something else. I don't know. I'm not sure what it means, but I'll help you find it. If what you want is not this life.
I very much do not want this life. This life where I'm an undead creature who feasts on living things and fear and death and decay. It's not what Fairchilds are supposed to do. It's unseemly, is what it is.
I take another swig from the bottle, and I laugh, and I say, this is something I still don't understand. The one thing I have learned about people is that you care very much about what is seen.
Right.
That's all.
I mean, we do all care about what is seen. Aren't you people? You're people. I mean, you're an otter or something, but
it's different kind of people. We have different ways of acting towards each other. We don't. When you can take off your skin and you're like it's weird. We can take off our skin, right, and become something different. But when we're wearing our skin, and I take another deep swig, I'm enjoying the effects. Something novel. But like when you're wearing your skin, that's you too, you know? Like we just look like who we are. Unless we decide not to anymore. Sort of. Maybe.
Sort of. So what's this other life? Do I become a seal person?
I can't make you a seal person. What do you want? What you don't like this life? What life do you want?
I want to not be undead, and I want to not live in a weird space prison or be killed by a fae lady.
Maybe the fae can do things.
I don't want to help them. They're so strange, and they have these weird rules, and I think I already made them very angry.
Well, asking for they like it when you ask for help. It costs you, but that's a way you could get a different life.
You think I should do it?
I don't know. Should is a word I'm not good at.
You're a very wise person, Johnny.
I learned some things. Sometimes it helps not to be I still don't understand people all the way, but I know what it's like to feel like you don't belong where you are and you need to go somewhere else and be something else.
All right, that's it. I'm going to the woods. And he stands up and starts to walk out the kitchen door. You can come if you want. I'm going to talk to the mean fae lady.
I grab both bottles and follow you. If you put yours down.
I'm so into it. Such good decision making. So wise.
Talk to the mean fae lady.
Yep.
It's entirely possible my shirt snags on something on the way out.
Step on my back, evil villain lady.
Yes. Great. It's going to go super well.
It's a cappers after you two leave. That's when Selina's like, where'd Adam go?
You walk into the kitchen and find Johnny's shirt.
Yeah, I think Glenn just points at his shirt and goes, "Well, he was here, honey. That's for sure." You can tell by the traces of discarded shirt fabric. What should we do, boss lady? Should we go chase after him in the pale moonlight? Which, does wonders for my skin, but I don't know about you. Actually, I do know about you. We should talk. You're looking a little ashy.
Wow. Rude. What?
I'm an elf. It's impossible for us to be rude.
Or it's impossible for you not to be. I know the game.
Human etiquette is a bunch of silly rules about protecting your feelings.
So,
I don't have any feelings, so I don't have to protect them.
Is there any way to contact Mob without killing like a human baby?
I mean, you strike me as a person of pretty liberal sensibilities, so other than offering a promise to her.
Oh.
She likes fealty.
Well, that's. I mean, okay. If I were to serve her, was she going to protect me against the other two?
I'm not really 100% sure how different they are.
Yeah, but she hasn't bothered me. She didn't show up immediately. Hey, you're mine.
Well,
what are the downsides? Are there upsides? Is a better question.
There's a theory that all the fairy queens are just are different aspects of the same fairy queen. I just didn't want to say anything because, if that were true, we'd all be in a lot of trouble.
Okay. That is.
But maybe they don't all get along. I mean, there's another theory that says the fairy king and the fairy queen are just the same sides of one primal force, and they don't get along. So who knows how this works? I'm sweating. I need to powder my face.
So there's a chance.
Wait, what you're saying is there's a chance this crazy plan could work.
Right.
I mean, there are other powers. Most of them are probably one or the other, but there are a few that are different. Like, sure, we could go to the Earl Koenig, but probably the king. Maybe, but there are a few that aren't. There's Hecate. There's Circe. I think she's still kicking on. And there's the hunter.
Well, who are you fans of?
I don't like any of them. They're mean, and Circe once read me to filth. Fair, I deserved it, but still, I mean, shade I can deal with, but the library was open, girl. It was horrible.
All right, well,
I mean, yeah, so you might like her, actually.
Look, is she gonna protect me from the one that wants me skinned?
Well, Circe's more human than others. She may have been human once, and you were human once, so you have that in common.
So how do I get in touch with her?
Do you know a witch?
I'm sure I can find one. It is Kingsport.
That's fair. That's true. You know what they say? If you don't like the weather, wait 5 minutes or call for a witch.
Right. So now I have to find a witch.
I mean,
is she like actually Greek based off things? Like maybe I could find Johnny and he can help me like talk through the waters or whatever.
I mean, yeah, there might still be some nymphs and that sort of thing. I mean, I don't know. I don't like nymphs. They're
Do they not like you?
They're gossips. they're just and they just talk trash. They're just trash talkers.
All right. Well, let's go and try to contact Cersei.
Okay, cool. Yeah, you just need to find a witch,
Okay.
preferably one that I don't know a favor to. It was so needy. Oh, please help me destroy my enemies. This. Oh, avenge me upon the man who ruined my life. That. Boring.
All right. So I guess I need to try to gaze into the abyss to try to find a witch.
Okay.
Wait a second. Who's the one that hit on me? Maybe she's a witch. I mean, others probably have called her a witch.
Who hasn't hit on you? Wait, what?
What's her face? She was an NPC.
Chastity Blackwell.
Yeah. Chastity Blackwell. Who? I'm not taking a risk. I'm gonna just roll. I'm gonna just gaze into the abyss.
You got it.
Or do I just like try to remember from history? Like, who was burned as a witch?
I mean, you wouldn't know that, but Adam might.
I don't know where he is, so gazing to the abyss it is. All right.
I could ask for help from my friends, but screw it. I'll just
don't know
roll
where they
my
are.
weakest stat.
All right. I got an 8 minus 1, which is a 7. So
Still, vague. All right. So you get a picture of Chastity, and you're thinking this looks good because she's like wearing some kind of white robe with weird symbols carved on it, and she's holding a book, and then like the image you would say that the image pulls back a little, and you see Mrs. Greenwood from the committee standing behind an altar mixing stuff in a cauldron.
all right then. I've got to go find her then, I guess. So okay. So either one, I guess. So first I see Chastity in a white robe, but then the vision pulls back and I see another person.
Yeah, you see Phoebe Greenwood.
All right. All right. So yeah. But like, so Chastity like was before the altar, or
The vibe you got was, well, you're not sure. I
it's
mean, you
confusing
only got an
alarming,
8.
right?
You got a
Yeah.
7, so you're not really sure what was going on there. You saw the two of them.
All right, I'm gonna go to Chastity. I'm gonna look for her because she might be in trouble, and if she is, then I find the other one. I'm like, all right, well, 2 birds, 1 stone.
All right. So you set off for that, and I think we should swing. We should check in on Atalanta.
Yeah, I mean, how much nighttime is there left? Is there time enough to have a hunt if I can force Selina into the woods?
I'm thinking maybe it's better that we move forward into the next day.
Yeah. That's I was sort of expecting to do it the next evening. So
Okay, and Adam and Johnny went out into the woods to find. What was it? The Fae?
I don't know, whoever.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I could.
Okay, then I know what should happen. You and your pack shall encounter Johnny and Adam.
Yeah, I mean,
frolicking in the woods with no shirts on.
Yeah, I mean, I think I would actually. It makes sense that I'm examining the woods for fairy sites for the preparation for the hunt tomorrow.
Cool. All right, so I guess what do you say, Johnny and Adam? You're just sort of looking around for fairy circles or something?
Adam is walking around with like a bunch of random occult accoutrements, which are actually like fairly good occult accoutrements because they're the fucking Fairchilds. And he's got stuff designed to summon all manner of higher beings. And he's trying to find the perfect place to request assistance while blasted out of his mind. Yeah, it's gonna go super well. And so I think, I mean, it looks like a weird, 19th century frat boy walking around in the woods trying to find somebody to help him not be an undead creature anymore. Your usual Tuesday.
Yeah, I think Johnny is just sort of like at this point stumbling around behind Adam, kind of acting as cupbearer. Like it's all like we're gonna like go find this thing to help you, and then promptly, because he's never really drank before, got too drunk to be all that usefully proactive.
Great. Cool. Yeah. So he's walking around. He's got like a big book open and a whole bunch of other stuff that he's like pulling out of bags, and he's like, "Hear me, oh great spirit." There's too much Latin in it. What about this one? Maybe I can do this. It's mostly English. What is that little weird squiggle over the?
Yeah. Johnny looks over his shoulder, excuse me, and says, "I don't know what any of these other symbols mean, but that squiggle is pronounced."
Oh, good to know.
Yeah, and I think the hair is rising on my back as I hear these idiots meddling with dark powers.
I'm not meddling. I know exactly what I'm doing. I'm just very drunk.
Yeah, and
I'm not meddling. I'm just helping.
Right?
I think I am going to try to tackle Adam because before they do anything, they are going to regret for the rest of their very short lives.
I think you can just tackle Adam.
Yeah,
unless you're actively trying to harm him.
yeah, right. Right, and like we roll around to the ground a little bit, and I shift back to Atalanta, which I think we've established that outside the fairy realm I am not wearing clothes, but
I don't know what you're doing, but you're in my way.
Adam, you're drunk.
I'm drunk, and I am the
Adam,
most
do
clear
not
headed
conjure
human.
dark powers when you are drunk.
I'm going to. I'm going to solve everyone's problems.
They're just powers. I say I fell over when that happened.
Do not summon any powers while drunk.
I am not going to be deterred by you. I am going to do what's right, which is what we Fairchilds have always done. Now, if you
I am fairly confident that Fairchilds tend to disapprove of causing chaos and destruction through random acts of drunkenness.
I'm not going to cause chaos and destruction. I'm only going to be making deals on my own behalf. Thank you very much. And I won't be sent to space prison, brain prison, with space aliens. It's all very confusing.
Just sober up, Adam, before you do anything irrevocable.
Oh, that's big talk.
Selina, are you here?
Yeah. She said the cat said drop in whatever. You guys are very loud, so.
Great. Great. Good.
I was like, she's totally wary seeing Atalanta, but it's like.
I think Adam immediately looks stone sober, stands up and walks over to Selina and is like, should you be out here?
Well, I was looking around for some help, and then I heard all of this shouting. So naturally, I came to help my friend.
You came towards the shouting.
Yeah.
Well, we'll just be going. I think he like wraps his arm around Selina and like makes her walk away.
Wait, Johnny, what, Johnny? You're still here?
Johnny came here to help me. He also very much enjoys brandy, we found out.
You told me you were leaving.
Yeah, but I got there and it was like, I could go there and be there and never go anywhere else. And leave all of you behind in your, like, I don't know, heads, whatever you were in, I just thought I could help more here.
Um,
And now he's my magic butler.
I try to hand the bottle to Selina.
she takes it. We're still looking at Atalanta, so like
I hand the other I try to hand the other bottle to Atalanta.
Yeah, I'm not taking your bottle.
but so out of character question, did Johnny, by him not telling Selina he was going to leave and then him not leaving, is that breaking the promise to never lie to her? It's your call.
So it certainly wasn't like so here's the question, right? Which is always the question with these things. I think, like, if you were in your darkest self, 100%.
Yeah. I'm not.
No question.
Yeah.
Here it's
That's
like
it's entirely your call. I can see it wasn't intentional. So.
Like, I wasn't lying. I did not deliberately speak an untruth.
Correct.
So I'm gonna say no.
No problem.
I'm gonna say no.
No problem. So, all right. Still gonna hold the bottle and look at Atalanta. So,
you should both have a drink together. When you drink together, it's a sign of friendship.
Friendship.
And you should be friends, because this fighting is bad for everybody.
I know you've got a whole other night to fulfill your promise, right? So if you're willing to have a temporary truce for the next couple hours, I will gladly drink with you. I mean,
very well, but
I do miss your company. And she steps
very well. I will.
The bottle.
I will drink with you, Selina, to show that there are no hard feelings. And tomorrow night, we will settle things if we can.
Why do you have to make it so hard for me to get along with you? Like, when I'm so into you. God damn it, Atalanta.
Adam's just standing near the two of you, like.
Just like. Like. Selina is like gonna like just like get angry and then like grab Atalanta and try to kiss her.
Oh no, that is not gonna happen.
Well, that's why I said try. Yeah, I don't want to force it, but like I am trying to turn you on though. So, and I'm giving you a string because I'm being very blatant about this. So. One. That is a 10.
The yelling.
So, a reminder: turning someone on does not enforce any course of action.
Oh no, I'm aware.
Yeah.
I'm aware. You have full choice.
Yeah.
But you definitely have, typical confusing teenage feelings.
Yeah, I think I am going to get embarrassed and act awkward, which in this case probably involves pushing you away, and you probably go flying halfway across the clearing.
Totally.
Or several feet.
Drinking more heavily than we originally anticipated.
Yeah, but there's a definite blush to my features.
Totally. So like sighs and tosses the bottle back, passes it around. Wait, who's naked?
Atalanta.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I changed out of wolf form.
Oh.
And middle of the woods. Yes.
That is definitely
Yes.
made it even harder.
Yes. And I think I will step closer and in a low voice I will say, "You should not have done that in front of my pack."
I wouldn't have cared if they watched.
Selina, you are making it very hard for me to show mercy.
I'm not sorry.
I hope you won't be.
I just pity you now.
I think maybe rolling plus cold is applicable here.
Yeah, I was like, I think that's a shutdown. I think I'm trying to shut you down. All right. Oh wow, I rolled an 11.
Wow.
-1 is a 10.
Well, you won't take a condition, but you do get to impose something.
I feel like the easy one is oh yeah, choose one of those things, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think the condition pitiful makes sense because I literally said I just pity you. So you have so many conditions. I forgot all about that.
Seriously, people should
I
take.
guess there's more than 11.
See, now I'm going to have to prove myself to my pack. You're just making it harder on
I'm
yourself.
okay with this. That is the point.
Do you maybe want to run away here, Selina?
We'll see. I want to see what happens.
Okay. So, Atalanta, what is happening? What is your pack going to do? We haven't really talked too much about them, except that they seem to be mostly aristocratic werewolves.
Right. Yes. Yeah. I mean, I think I back up a few steps. I look Selina straight in the eye, and in a very calm, firm voice, I say, "Tomorrow night."
You know, I almost feel like making an obvious stretch should be a shutdown, but I'm not sure.
I'll roll it.
Okay. What's the worst that could happen? You could get experience.
No, that was an 8.
Oh, cool. Well, good news. If you only had if you have that XP, you can take the hollow move and make use of all those conditions. So you're going to take a condition, but you're also going to inflict something. One of which is they lose a string on you, you know.
Yeah, I'll take away one of her strings. And yeah, let's see.
Did you already delete the string?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did I add the string from before?
Let's see, condition.
3, and I went 2. Oh, I was the wrong person. I was looking at the wrong column. I was like, wait, there we go. All right. We still have 5 strings between us. I'm
trying to think.
Something to prove.
Yeah, Mama likes.
Don't I get to inflict the condition?
Well, I mean, does that work for you?
Yes, it does.
Okay. Yeah, you
I like when they're like blatant insults, but I'm like, I can't think of anything. I just came up with pitiful. So,
all right.
Try hard.
Okay. This horrible little witch's brew of badness seems an appropriate place for us to take a short break. So why don't I see you in about 5 minutes, and we'll just everything's gonna be fine. I'm telling that to me. So I'll see you guys shortly.
Looking to.
Sure.
Cool. Cool. So hi people, this is Shadow. He's my co-pilot. All right, so we had
Everything's fine.
I can't even, dude.
Dragon.
I
Johnny,
swear, this cat, living with this cat, it's seriously, it's like living in a 90s buddy comedy. I just spent half my time going, dude. So that was a fun little party. If I had been cooler in high school, I would have gone to parties like that, but I didn't. So I get to pretend that I'm a grown up and cool.
And throw unhappy parties.
Hey, my actual parties are quite nice.
That woods party is the opposite of fun.
Oh yeah, no, yeah.
Yeah.
From what I'm given to understand, the ones in high school were also that way. So, I mean, maybe with fewer werewolves, probably fewer naked people.
Yeah. And I did tell Reverend Wilkins that I would talk to Johnny, but somehow I feel now is not the time.
Really?
I mean,
Because Johnny thinks it might be the time. Johnny doesn't know which way is up, but he'll listen.
I'm thinking maybe we can cut to the morning of July the 4th with all its love and joy and happiness.
Sounds good.
What were you thinking?
Okay, so the Centennial Clubs, yeah. So it's like, I guess, early in the morning of July 4th, and everyone's supposed to gather at their assigned positions because everybody's been doing so much work on their committees. But you know,
committee very seriously that I've only been to one meeting for.
yes, and as I recall, you're on the public address committee. You'll just give an extemporaneous speech.
Hi, I'm Adam. I'm dead.
I shall devour your fear. Also, the weather is cloudy with a chance of alien invasion.
Okay.
It's not like you're on the dinner committee with somebody that's trying to murder and skin you.
This is true. Johnny, you're on the decorations committee with Rebecca, so at least you have that going for you.
Yeah.
Look, Johnny's in a pretty good place right now. Though he feels terrible for his friends and he really just wants to help them.
So I'm going to start with you. So yeah, you and Rebecca are on the green, like hanging up ribbon banners and, covering tables with cloths and, festive centerpieces. And
so much bunting. So much bunting.
She's just like, where were you last night?
Oh, remember I told you that I wanted to help. I came back to help people, to that I couldn't leave while the situation. Anyway, so I went to help Adam out. He's got some stuff going on.
Are you all right? Are you hungover or are you still drunk?
A little drunk, but not like I was last night. I feel actually good. I don't know, my metabolism. Well, I don't know if I know that word. I feel fine. A little happy. A little like I did after that first drink.
I can't believe it. A Fairchild was in the woods drinking?
By the time we got to the woods, he wasn't drinking so much anymore. To be fair, most of the drinking happened. His drinking happened at his house, and then we ran into Selina. Unfortunately, I don't think we really got very far in solving anybody's problems, except for Selina and Atalanta. They didn't exactly make up, but Atalanta agreed not to kill Selina just yet, which is progress, right? That's
Wait,
progress.
what? She's like, wait, what? Atalanta's gonna kill Selina?
Well, no, not just yet.
But Landers, listen.
Yes, I agree with that.
Do you still want to
I'm
leave
here.
this? Do you still want to leave Kingsport?
Yeah. Like you said, Landers,
Should-
but we gotta
Where
help
are you
them
gonna
first.
go? Are you gonna go back down?
I think so.
I was kind of hoping I could run away with you.
You can come. We'll find a place for you.
But how?
My family's very welcoming.
But I'm not like you. Well, I mean, I've got your skin, or what would you call it? A pelt?
Yeah, I mean you can't wear that. That won't work. But don't your people like have gills?
I mean, eventually, but then, when the change comes, everything changes. You change. You're not the same person exactly anymore. I mean, you're not different. You're just different. I mean, our peoples don't usually spend time. I don't know. I mean, maybe I won't change. Lots of people don't change now. Well, Pembletons usually do, but not all Pembletons.
I mean, if you can't, I mean, I can't breathe underwater really either. But like, we spend a lot of time down there. I can hold my breath for a real long time. We can figure. We'll figure it out. Maybe there's a way for you to like change a little bit, just a little bit, so you can breathe. Then you can come with me.
I mean, maybe we could stay on the land and just live near somewhere. I mean, we could move to some place that's not so ridiculous as this. Some place where weird, mysterious, grotesque things don't just keep coming out of the woods. I was thinking Maine. Maybe I've heard this little town called Castle Rock. That seems pretty boring.
One thing I've learned, Rebecca, I can spend some time up here, but I'm not made for the land. It's confusing, and no one is what they say they are or show them. And
Yeah,
like,
we'd have to go to
people,
some place. Go ahead.
please.
We'd have to go to some place near the water where people don't care where you're from and they're tolerant of weird people. Brooklyn?
That's not what I meant.
Oh.
I would really like it if you can come with me, but eventually I do have to leave.
I mean, huh. Well,
I thought you could come. I really did.
I don't know. Maybe we could find somebody to help us. There are witches and magic people and fae. There's all sorts of crazy people running around this town doing things.
I told Adam he should ask the Fae Queen to like help him with his problem. Maybe she can help us with this.
So speaking of Adam,
Yep.
So I guess you show up. You're on the public address committee with Chastity Blackwell.
Yeah. He shows up in his finest, looking dapper as hell. And he's wearing like a pin on his little cravat that is like from like an old family heirloom that may be of Fey origin. He's hoping to have a certain conversation today.
So Chastity just comes up and places a hand on your upper arm very familiarly and just says, "And how's our boy?"
Doing very well, thank you, Chastity. How are you?
Have you been eating?
I have.
Good. And have you given any thought to what the masters asked?
I have.
Oh, good. So is your speech going to commonly work in some sort of way of preparing the people for their coming?
In a way.
Okay. Adam,
Hmm?
you're a very clever boy, but you're just a boy. What do you mean by in a way?
I mean, in a way, my dear Chastity.
I should warn you against disobeying them. You saw what they did to you the first time.
Chastity, he puts a hand on her arm, just a little bit, like it looks delicate if you're looking, but it hurts. And he says, I think the people in this town might have forgotten exactly who the Fairchilds are.
She kind of struggles through the pain, like, they can turn you off.
I'd rather be off. And he like lets her go and walks gently away towards the podium.
Yeah. She's got that combination of looking worried about you and also terrified for herself about what might happen if they screw this up.
Yep. So he definitely bypasses the podium.
Yeah.
And walks off into the woods, like the little like stand of trees that are kind of like nearby where the fairgrounds are. And he takes out, bell, book, candle.
Oh dear God. All right, we're gonna get to you.
Yep, you can come back to me.
Let me check in now with Selina.
Yeah. Okay. Yep. Selina's still alive, that we know of.
That we know of. Yeah, and Phoebe Greenwood and Chastity Blackwell are both at the club.
Oh yeah. So, do I see the whole scene between Adam and Chastity?
You might come in, right at the end of that and see them.
Yeah, if you want.
Yeah. So like, well, I see Chastity's busy. Then I see Phoebe's. I'm like, all right, I'll go. She was in my vision. She was behind the altar, so I'll go to her, I guess.
To Phoebe or Chastity?
Phoebe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, wait. There should be decorate. Selina, right?
Yes, Miss Greenwood. It's Selina. I was hoping I could talk with you privately for a moment. I'm in need of help, and I was instructed to come see you.
Oh, Yes. All right. Yes. Is it about the music? Because we don't
No, it's not about the
I don't see
music.
Ellen anywhere. Okay.
It's about um, some extracurricular activities.
Oh well, I mean, you should talk.
Some things I want to learn about that you might be able to help teach me and guide me or point me in the right
Well,
direction.
I don't. I mean, you should probably, if extracurricular, I guess you should talk to your school teacher,
Well,
right?
it's not really something that would be taught in school, or at least not el- elementary school. Maybe it's you know more ancient than that.
Um. Okay. I'm not.
Uh, I've oh, this is I was like this is so awkward. How do I? Um, you ever? I'm looking. I had a vision about you and an altar.
An altar.
Yeah, you were seemed to be leading a ceremony of sorts.
Oh well, I haven't. I don't do that so much anymore.
But you did it at some point, and that's where I need help. I need help connecting with uh, someone in that realm that is known by the name of Cersei. I don't. I was.
As she drops whatever she's holding. Are she like? She looks around because you're on the common where legend has it they burned a bunch of witches in 1692. So she like pulls you off the common, looks around like, "Are you a witch, Miss Vale?"
I hope to be, or at least be. I'm not. I'm something else.
Yeah, she takes a little bag that's hanging around her neck. She pulls it out from under her dress, takes out a pinch of powder and rubs it on your arm. Oh, you're a changeling.
I guess I don't know.
Do you have powers of the Fae?
Yeah.
Were you born a Fae?
No.
Well then. Oh,
fine. I thought that changelings were fays that were swapped with babies. I don't know.
It's a grab all category.
Well, that's confusing.
I'm
But,
a witch, not an encyclopedist. What do you
look? Can you help me?
summon Cersei?
Yes.
The greatest witch of all? The one who turned men into pigs, which
Not the worst idea.
well,
There's a lot of bad men out there.
speak for yourself, honey. When you get to my age,
Look, yes, there's also some good men. But right now, I've got problems, and I was told that she could probably help protect me.
what are your problems? Because if it's like a love potion, let me tell you, Cersei does not like being pulled all the way from Hades just to handle, slam book stuff.
I need protection, not from love or anything.
Protection from what?
I'm more like whom?
Okay.
Other fairies. Specifically 2 fairies. Maybe more. It's confusing.
Okay. So we're gonna need a coven. And I don't know that you can be part of it because you're, the subject, but it's been a while. It's been a long time since I did any kind of really powerful magic. And the last time I did it, it wasn't so good.
Well,
I mean,
I
like,
might be able to help. Me and a few of my friends, we have, our own magic.
I mean, a lot of people died and a ship went missing and never came back. So
So what do you need?
do you have?
Because you don't seem to be against it. So
Look, you want to talk? You want to summon Cersei? That's your. All right.
yeah, but you're not saying no.
You can help in the ceremony. I guess I'll try and do it with you because it's going to be on you. I'll show you what to do, but once you put the Solomonic seal down, it's up to you to keep her in it.
And what happens if I don't?
Somewhere between she possesses you, destroys the town, destroys the world. I don't know. It's Cersei. She has moods.
I guess. I don't know. You think she'd be happy to be back?
Whatever she was once, she's not human anymore.
Fucking A.
What would you expect?
I don't know.
You can't be immortal and still be human. That's like one of the first rules. At best, you can be one of the other peoples.
It's either her or two others, so.
Legend has it one of my ancestors is still kicking around somewhere up near Innsmouth. My family were all bad. Thank goodness I'm a Fairchild twice removed. That's what makes me so nice.
And I'm ever so thankful for it.
I mostly do herbs and fake love potions because real love potions are not good. You don't want to use them.
I don't need help in that regards.
I could have been a looker at one time. I could have gone to balls.
You still
well thought of.
You still got time. You're great.
I mean, I did half a year at the Amherst Academy. I'll have you know, I was a good student.
Okay. When and where do you need me?
It's got to be a liminal time, so either noon or sunset now.
Noon is faster, so
yeah, there's just a lot more people around. Don't think you can get out of your committee duty too. I want to see you on the dinner committee.
We haven't really done anything for that.
Oh, that's all right.
Also, I mean,
barbecue.
So yeah, then why do we even need a dinner committee if we have barbecue?
Because some people. Oh! You think cows just turn themselves on the spit? I mean, not without magic.
We have grills.
We're spitting an entire cow.
Who spits a cow?
Hecate. Hi.
Yeah, you expect team to rotate a cow? We can barely tip one over.
Just
a pig, I'd get.
Just.
So, like, seriously, like, get some hamburgers and hot dogs.
I'm sorry. Wait a minute. Let me roll this back. Gee, Miss Greenwood, can you do me a favor? Oh, I don't know. I guess I could because I'm a very nice person.
Fine.
See you at noon.
Okay.
Grumps off. Okay, so Atalanta, I guess you arrive and people are very, very kind to you.
Yes. Yes.
We're so sorry, dear.
Yes.
We all took it upon all these women are around and they're like we took it on ourselves to make sure that we did plenty of baking for since your mother can't be with us.
It's so kind of you.
And if you're not feeling up to it, darling, just you don't have to do anything today. Just try and enjoy yourself.
I fear that nothing can lighten my heart in such sorrowful times, but I would do my best. My mother would have wanted it that way.
They all think that this is a perfectly acceptable answer. It's very New England.
Yes. Yeah, and I'm going to go look for Johnny and Rebecca because I did promise to talk to them.
Okay. All right, I guess they're still hanging. They're still hanging things because Johnny's probably not that useful this morning.
Yeah, I've
Yeah.
I've definitely like hammered my thumb once or twice, but I'm not so sure I'm all that good with tools, even sober. Hands are not flippers.
Yeah, and Johnny, Rebecca.
Atalanta.
This probably isn't welcome news, but Reverend Wilkins came to me yesterday. He seems to think that I can offer you advice that you would be more likely to accept from me than from him. And I honestly don't care. I don't care what the two of you do. I don't care what Reverend Wilkins think. I've never cared what Reverend Wilkins thought. You know that, Rebecca. But I just wanted you to know that Reverend Wilkins has his fins in a tizzy.
First, that I mean, I don't say that you're chasing your tail. So,
Sorry.
second, what do you mean he's in a tizzy?
He seems to think that your association is unseemly
With Johnny?
with Johnny, yes.
Because he's
Because he's a changeling.
Well,
What?
I mean, in a larger sense, aren't all three of us changelings?
Well, yes, but he seems to think that Johnny is more like me than like you.
How old do you swim at Atlanta?
I can swim, I suppose. It's not my favorite activity.
I think he's wrong, Rebecca.
Well, yeah, he's often wrong, but he might cause trouble for you. Who knows? I just wanted you to be aware.
Well, hey, wait a minute. So, like, was he worried that I'm going to run off with Johnny?
I don't quite understand what he was worried about, but I think he thought Johnny would be a bad influence. Yes.
Hey, Johnny, if he thinks I can do that, then maybe it's possible.
That's good news.
Maybe I just need my own pelt.
Rebecca, pelts are not the way to make this happen. We'll find a way. Power? The pelt is just my skin. It's like part of me. You couldn't like cut off my hand and attach it to your wrist and expect it to work without
witchcraft or something of the sort. Yes.
And once we're resorting to that kind of power, there's no reason to take someone else's skin. We'll find a way to do it in yours.
Well, we used to have a lot more to do with witches on the land. There's a lot fewer of them than there used to be. And Greenwood won't do anything for us anymore. I don't know why.
Those Greenwoods, I hear stories about those Greenwoods when I used to do chores around town. Anyway, We could go to a witch. We could go to a. I thought we were going to try and talk to the fairy queen. She has power.
Well, that's true. I mean, even though you sleep under the water, you're more of a people of the wood than like me.
I don't really know what that means.
Well,
Like I said,
there's there's three kinds of people in the world. There's the people of the land, that's all these normal mortals. There's the people of the waves or the people of the ocean, that's my people. And then there's the people of the woods, all the people who are magic and liminal and you know, like Atalanta here.
it's interesting. My people see things a little differently. I mean, there's people that can swim, and there's people that can't. I mean, everyone can kind of swim if they want to, but you know what I mean. Like swim deep and long and far. People who know the sea and the lakes and the rivers.
Maybe we should call you the people of the grottos.
Maybe.
Well,
But either way, I'm not of any kind of forest. No offense,
well,
Atalanta. The forest is a lovely place. We had a very nice time last night. It's not my home, is all.
don't know what to say. So I'm gonna just check in with Adam.
Why, hello. I'm getting ready to make a stupid decision.
So you have bell book and candle and you're in the woods and you have no idea what you're doing.
No, I know a little
Just
bit of what I'm doing.
If possible, at some point, Johnny would like to walk in on whatever happens here.
We're not wedded to any timelines here.
I do want to get certain things accomplished. So, because it's the last session and I have a plan. But once I either succeed or don't succeed at the thing I'm about to try and do, you feel free. Yeah. So I am gonna call the queen.
You're gonna call the Queen of the Fae?
Yep.
Or are you just calling a queen?
No, I think I'm probably gonna try and be precise.
Fair enough.
I mean, if Leanne and she is the one that shows up, it's fine.
You know my policy on this.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm gonna call the queen.
Okay. So I need two pieces of information.
Yep.
What does this look like and why do you think you have a chance to succeed?
So it looks like him, all of the fealty in the world. Setting up, he sets up a beautiful, he has a chair set up for her. He has some sort of silver tray with all kinds of things on it, like tasty treats and stuff. And the reason he thinks that he has a chance to succeed is because the Fae have been trying to get a Fairchild into their fealty for a while.
Okay. This is gazing into the abyss. Do I have any shot of this to work?
Great. Cool.
Yeah. You're good at that, right?
Yeah, sure. Sounds great. It's going to go super well.
It's going to be super easy. Not even a problem.
I rolled a
6,
but I have a +1 from last game that I never used.
Have you rolled since then?
Oh, I have rolled. I didn't use it. Oh, well. That's fine. I don't have a string on her, so I can't really do anything.
Cool. So you have everything laid out. You've drawn the circle. You've laid out the food and the offerings and everything. And you cast the spell, and then you cast it again, and you keep casting and calling. And finally, you bury your head in your hands in frustration, and they right from behind you. Well, silly boy. She was busy, I guess. I don't know what they do. It's all rather pointless and inane. But, my darling boy, my dear Adam, child of the darkness now, that means you half belong to me.
Who is it?
So if you turn around, there is an elegantly dressed woman wearing a severe black dress. It's almost like a riding habit. It's not a split skirt, but she's got the riding jacket and she's wearing a jet black top hat, leaning on a cane.
He like only straightened, like he doesn't like rise. He like brings himself up onto one knee and bows his head.
Yes. I know. How lovely of you. Well, Adam, what's the matter, my darling boy chick?
I have been brought back from the dead for nefarious purpose.
Nefarious purpose? Oh.
Not fey nefarious. Something else.
Oh.
What did they call themselves? Out of character?
They never said. They were calling the Blackwells called them the Masters.
They called themselves the Masters, and I don't think that they mean this place anything other than harm.
Everybody with half an ounce of arcane ability calls themselves the Masters. They're
Well,
all.
I don't know. Maybe you can look into my brain and tell me what brought me back to life. They don't seem okay, lady, is my point.
Oh, the Migo. They're all right.
Well, they want to invade Kingsport.
Okay.
You don't care.
Should I care? It sounds lovely. Were they going to invade with, I don't know, perhaps some sort of tripod machine with a death ray? I do go for the death rays.
Anyway, the point is, the reason that I called, the reason that I requested assistance, is that I would very much like for this not to happen.
Well, first, you called, message received. Second, you don't want this to happen? You don't want... But the lovely chaos, Adam. The lovely chaos.
I don't enjoy chaos.
Don't enjoy chaos? Well, I'm insulted. I mean, some people, they just get all out of their head and think that they can just say anything.
Apologies, lady.
It has been such a lovely long time since I was here. Tell me, do they still have witches?
They do.
Well, I wouldn't know it. It's not like they're calling me anymore.
I apologize on their behalf.
Of course you do. Now, you thought you could summon one of the figureheads, let's call them. It is constitutional monarchy. It's like tits on a bull, am I right?
I don't disagree, lady.
That said, if you want me to do you a favor, why should I do that for you? Unless, of course, you'd care to write something in my book. It's just an album, you know. I like to collect little mementos of the people I deal with. There's so many interesting names in here.
You mean would I write my name in your book for you to protect this town from those creatures?
Well, I mean, when you make it so formal and promisey, then yes.
He pulls a pen out of his jacket and says, why, that's the very reason I'm here.
Oh, can you sign it in blood? I do ever go for the traditions.
He like opens the pen and it has like a little like cutting tool in it. And he's like, well, so do I, lady.
Oh, you Fairchilds. Do you want to know something?
Hmm.
If she flips back several hundred pages, you're not the first one of your family to sign.
That doesn't surprise me.
And just sign right there, right under Lord Churchill's name.
Yeah, so I think, yeah, he signs. And now at any point, Johnny can show up.
Yep.
Does
And,
Johnny? Sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, he just bends the knee and offers himself in fealty.
Yes, we've been through that. I haven't decided what I'm going to do with you. I mean, after all, what can you do with a dead body with a living brain in it? I mean, quite a number of amusing things, actually. Do you know that there's going to be a motion picture about this very subject one day?
I look forward to it, lady.
Oh, yes, you'll love the motion pictures. Is that a friend of yours I hear coming?
It may be. He like stands and turns towards the sound.
Are you still on your knee, Adam?
Maybe I'm like standing as you walk up, like getting up from my knees.
So like, who were you kneeling in front of, Adam?
Oh, does she disappear? She's still
Oh,
here?
no, she's still
No,
here.
I'm asking for her identity, not like what person is.
What's a good formal name that I can report to him?
Well, back in the day, they used to call me the black man who lives in the woods, but,
This is the Dark Lady.
Oh, that's good. I like that.
My lady.
That's very Shakespearean of you.
I duck my head. I sort of duck my head.
Would you like a herring, otter boy?
Pickled or fresh?
Is he your boyfriend? He should be your boyfriend.
Johnny?
I like him. He's amusing.
I like herring.
If I can blush, I am blushing.
Well, I've never heard it called that before. Dear boy, we were just conducting a little business, me and Adam. Apparently, Adam doesn't want something, alien invasion, something, fire and blood. Is there anything I can help you with?
You feel good about this, Adam? She's helped you?
Adam looks at Johnny and says, I am fully cognizant of the deal that I've made.
But like,
funny thing, you're not.
And he like looks back at the Dark Lady and says, and that's the point.
But like, you think the life you don't want, she's helped you get rid of it?
I don't know if that's the case or not. I didn't ask for that. I just asked that the town be safe.
Adam. Did Rebecca come with me? Sorry, this is a question.
Yeah, I think so, right? You said she did. I think Adam takes a step towards Johnny and says, like, my life actually doesn't matter.
I sort of like put my hand on your upper arm and I say, your life is part of the reason I came back here. It matters a lot to me. And I think that's a turn you on roll.
Great.
I don't know that Johnny's trying, but
Right, but I think it counts.
That's he's kind of wearing a shirt. And And that is a 12.
Cool. I think I think Adam kisses you. I think it just feels like so nice to be acknowledged as like somebody that's actually important to somebody in like a very direct and earnest way. So yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I think Johnny responds.
Cute.
And then, but sort of like, that's as far as I think it goes.
Because in
At
front
least
of the fake.
Is that who that is? I'm not sure that's who that is.
I mean, whatever she is, huntress, devil, it's fine.
This is my favorite one of your characters, Kat, by like far and away.
I do enjoy the book signing. I've
Um,
signed it a few times.
Well,
I think I signed it once too.
I may be doing a panel on this subject at GauntletCon. So,
anyways,
well,
so
you
yeah,
guys
so
are free to do, you guys are free to do whatever you guys want.
right. I think I sort of like end the kiss and like step back and sort of like duck my head to to the lady, and I say, we also come seeking. Well, how did Rebecca respond to that actually first before we do this?
Rebecca's with you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so. That's what we were saying.
So that's the funny thing. Rebecca's not with you. She took off the minute she saw who was in the clearing.
Bye.
Okay, I don't think I noticed. Right, I was fixated on Adam, and so like
I mean, fair. I mean,
yeah. So yeah, so I turn to, I say, me and I turn to where I think Rebecca is, and she's gone. Oh, well, what?
yes, her people have rather more brains. You want to ask for something, my dear boy? More herring?
I mean, maybe I like the herring you offered initially, but sorry.
Weird.
Anyways, I did, but it's for her as much as me, and I can't. It's not something I can ask for without her consent, and I think she has revoked it.
Well, I'll be around for a little while, so feel free to come and ask for a boon, beseech my mercy, something or the other. We'll see how the day goes. And with that, she's gone. So, Selina.
Yep.
'Tis noontime.
Okay.
And you and Chastity are like walking, and Phoebe start walking off the green, looking probably to go back to Phoebe's place.
You up out of this? As I look to Chastity.
It's like, well, I mean, I dabble.
Okay. You were also in the vision, so. Just
Oh,
wasn't sure.
You had a vision?
Yeah, you know.
Wait, you had a vision? What are you? Oh,
I was looking
I
for
should have
help.
told the man. Right.
The who?
Never mind. You'll find out.
Wait, what? I thought we were trying to contact Cersei. Is that the Masters?
She looks at Phoebe like, you want to contact Cersei?
No, I want to contact.
So as you're walking out of the crowd, a woman emerges from the crowd. She's tall and is wearing a black riding hat and black riding jacket and a long skirt. She walks up to you
Fat
guys, looks at Phoebe. I was like, well, Phoebe Greenwood, strike me dead. And Phoebe falls to the ground. Oh, oops. I guess I misspoke.
I'm looking down. I'm like, what just happened?
She's dead.
Yeah, but
Hi.
okay.
Hello, Selina.
Hello,
I think I
ma'am.
met you in 1943.
Maybe. Remind Joe, did we? I don't remember.
Yes. I think Jesse's character met her.
Okay.
I mean, we all met her. She was part of that. The denouement was a conflict between her and the
other two.
the other two, and yeah, I don't remember, but
All
Eddie,
right.
I think, was on her side. I don't remember where you fell.
Selena falls where she always falls. On her own side.
There were tsunamis, government agents. It was winter in Kingsport.
I mean, maybe briefly, but I don't think we ever had like a conversation.
Well, what's wrong, girl? Let's dish.
Okay.
You and Cersei. Well, I'm better.
May I ask who I'm addressing?
Well, I have a lot of names. Adam says I should go by the Dark Lady. How's that sound to you?
I mean, just because
Little on the nose, right?
Yeah. Wait, you met at? Never mind. Moving past. It's a bit on the nose. What do you prefer?
Around these parts, they used to call me the Black Man of the Woods sometimes. I'm not really feeling it anymore.
Yeah, I mean...
I suppose you could just call me the messenger. If it's just us girls talking.
So why'd you kill her?
Oh, witches and not respectful anymore. Long story.
You better be... I looked at Chastity. Like, you better be careful.
You should be very nice to her.
All right. The messenger. To what do I owe the pleasure?
Oh, well, I was just passing through, talking to someone who's going to be my new best friend. And I thought, well, I haven't meddled in the affairs of Kingsport in a while. I'm sure they're up to no good. And then, who do I see but my old friend Selina Vale walking through town? I'm sure your life is just a tangled weave of sex, broken promises, and attempts to weasel your way out of any and all responsibility.
Yeah, that's very accurate.
You have a type, yes. Well, so you were looking for protection from the Fairy Queen.
Yeah. I'm probably the king, too. I mean, they're both kind of needy.
I don't like them either. They annoy me. They remind me of Nodens, and Nodens is just a horrid old man who thinks with pretensions of grandeur.
If you say so. I'm not familiar with them, so I'll take your word.
I do say so, and if you want my protection, maybe you should remember that I'm the one that's offering it.
Okay. What is required in exchange?
Well, now, what are you offering me, Selina Vale?
I don't know.
Yeah, that's the problem, isn't it, Selina? You always want your bargains to be, I give you nothing and you give me everything I want.
That's not entirely true.
That's true. Sometimes you do have sex with them too.
Yes. This is
But you
that's
kind
accurate.
of want to have sex with them, don't you?
Also true. Also true. But I will say the initial bargain was made. And then other people tried to say, no, you owe me, you owe us. And I'm like, no, I don't. I've never met you before. So I don't owe you.
It's all because you have the fairy powers.
Yeah. And finding out from the king that, no, there's quite a few of people that still buck the system and do not serve us. We don't like them. Lead tells me that I do not owe them, despite the fact that they claim that I owe them.
Yes. Look, honestly, I don't care. Let me just ask you one question, Selina. Is it the Fey powers that you like, or is it just having powers?
Well, I'm used to these, so I do enjoy them. I like a jaunt into the realm every now and then.
Sure,
It's
sure.
fun.
And perhaps all these things may still be possible, but the thing is, my dear, if you want to be rid of their influence, well then, maybe you should trade up. I happen to be a patroness of some renown.
Okay. I clearly, as Ms. Greenwood attested.
Yes. Poor Phoebe.
Yeah,
I do hope she's at peace now.
I somehow doubt that.
Good. Well, so
So you are offering to be my patroness, but everybody wants something. What do you want?
oh no, it's very simple. I work on a much more innovative scheme. I will do favors for you, and then you will owe me, and then you will repay those favors. It's very tit for tat. You get
Okay.
exactly what you pay for.
All right.
None of these weird contracts and broken promises and I have to throw out all my silverware because this one's made of stainless steel.
I don't have to deal with that so much. So, but the promises and the contracts, they're very useful. They have the uses.
Well, we can negotiate the exact suite of what we're going to do, but why don't we start there? So this is what I'm offering unto thee, oh player of Selina. Essentially to take soul debt and 2 bargains, and then we'll negotiate which parts of the face stuff will drop off as you give this a shot.
I like all my Fey moves, though.
Well, I'm pretty sure you can keep the unashamed one for sure.
Yeah, that's true.
With the right bargain, you could definitely take strings attached to handle walking over into the Fey realm. And entrenched you can keep. That's fine.
Yeah, it's not a Fey move, so.
I think you do. You would probably end up losing contract and lure, but
No.
to you, any ones that are currently in place will stay in place until they break.
All right. 2 bargains. This is what I was aiming towards anyway. So, okay. I just expected to be making this deal with Cersei. So,
Well, maybe you are.
okay. If you're keeping but like, wouldn't the messenger, wouldn't it be so much more fun, like, if I do make this bargain with you, but I can still just like really fuck them over by just going willy-nilly back and forth into the realm at my own pleasure. Because imagine if I also get some of their people under your power.
She grins wolfishly. Darling girl, some of them are under my power.
Yeah, but don't you want more?
Don't presume to tell me what I need.
I'm simply asking because I am a curious.
For the moment, if you ask me, I will do it for you for the same price. Does that make you feel better? It's just contingent. How's that?
Yes, I mean I'm gonna make this deal with you either way.
I know you are. Cool. I'm going to give you a minute to rejigger things, and I'm going to swing back over to Atalanta, who needs to get this thing going. So poor Atalanta. Everyone is being so nice to you. Your pack is staying close to you.
Yeah, and what happens to the jury of Fae? That's
Well, Glenn is walking around the fair enjoying themselves immensely. And Barblau is sort of just walking after him, trying to hunch under a coat and hope nobody pays any attention to the fact that, it's a red cap.
yeah. I guess. Yeah, I don't know if the jury still has any power over her or not, but I'm going to go. I guess I don't know about this bargain, so I'm going to go with the plan that I was making when I found one of her jury alone, and I'm going to try to hypnotize one of them.
Which one?
There was a red cap. What is the other one? Was
Glenn is an elf.
I'll get the red cap alone because that seems like it will more amusing if it goes horribly wrong.
Okay.
And I am going to try to hypnotize Glenn into convening the jury of the Fae in the woods at night under moonlight, so that Selina will be forced to come there.
Oh, good lord. Okay. So that's a roll, yes?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I roll with hot, and you gave me +1 forward.
I
Yes,
did.
yes.
And you haven't rolled yet, have you?
Yeah, I have not. So that's a 9. Okay, so
on a 9, hypnosis work that chooses one.
yeah, they realize exactly what you've done to them. They fuck up your commands, or their sanity is unhinged.
Yeah, I'm not really sure you can unhinge the sanity of a fae.
Yeah, I mean, I'm happy with them realizing exactly what I've done to them, as long as as long as I get what I want. I'll deal with the consequences later. It seems to be a theme of this whole game.
All right, so you find Barblau. He's like looking at you like, you do understand what you're doing, wolf girl.
Yes, there are debts that must be settled, and Selina has been avoiding her obligations.
Well, I'm in favor of debts being settled. It's true.
Yes.
All right. Cool. Cool. Is there anything else you want to do? Because I am almost of a mind to just go straight to the moonlight. Then
I mean, I want to get the situation with Selina settled, and we're running out of time.
Yep. And okay, so
for the record, I feel totally comfortable spotlighting that for as long as we have to. Like, I feel like I got my thing.
I'm with Adam on that too. Like, I don't need much spotlight at the end here if we want to focus on the other pieces.
Yeah.
Cool. I have ideas for this. So cool. Yeah, then I guess everybody sort of avoids each other. It's easy because the town is crowded. People are enjoying themselves. America's 100 years old. Next 100 years are gonna go great. No problems whatsoever. So that evening, as Harold Blackwell starts setting off massive fireworks above the town, you convene at the Wolf. No, it would be a different rock. Oh, I know which rock it is. Hey, Charity, remember that rock where yeah, that the witch's rock. Yeah,
Makes sense.
yeah. So the pack just seems called, and then Glenn and Barbell show up, and then Rebecca just starts walking into the woods. Johnny, she's like, oh, they're doing the thing. We have to go.
But okay.
She just shakes her head. What? I didn't even know that they do these things anymore. This
Johnny said, "I have no idea what thing you're talking about, but I'm coming." Wait, no. Yes.
So, Adam, why would you be there? Well, I guess you could just be your new mistress could tell you just go into the woods with these people.
Yeah, sure.
This will be very educational for you, Adam Fairchild. We haven't had one of these in ever so long. It requires witness by the three peoples. Isn't that lovely?
Yes, lady.
Do you want to be a witch? I could make you a witch.
And he just sort of nods his head and says, whatever my lady requires.
Well, this is a two-way street, Adam. I mean, it's a two-way street with extremely restrictive parking regulations, and there's a toll halfway up the middle. But you are allowed to ask me for things. That is how this works.
The only thing that I would ask is that I be of use and perhaps not be undead any longer.
Are you still undead?
Yes.
Well, all right. This is going to hurt.
Oh, great.
And your heart starts.
Oh, God.
Would you mind taking 2 harm, please?
Yeah, sure. Great. Yeah, because that sucks.
You know how when your arm falls asleep, when you're actually asleep and you wake up in the morning and you're just attached to this dead weight?
Yeah.
That's your body.
Great. Sounds awesome. I feel awesome.
Yeah, you feel terrible.
No, I feel terrible.
Cool. So everybody's there. And Selina, Glenn and Barb find you, and first they look at you like, oh, what have you done?
A bargain was struck.
Glenn's just like, you do understand that we're still bound to you for the moment by the contract we agreed to. Great. Oh, just great. You are a metal thing is what you are. Because Glenn's trying to think of the worst thing he can call you. You are iron. You're an iron thing.
You guys recommended Cersei. I couldn't find her, so I got somebody else. What's we knew this was.
You attract trouble like lightning, like the people with their do you know why there are so few Fae in the world now? It's because everybody put a metal rod that summons the power of the heavens to their house. It's horrible.
And Slade is just I don't know what to say in response to that.
Also, your hair is so last year. There, I said it.
What, 1875 or 1942?
I really don't count human. It's because Barblow's like, because humans don't count. Am I right? Yes, but you know.
Okay, so anyway, yes, I made a deal with someone else to be protected from the king and queen, like I set out to.
Well,
I'm sorry you're dragged into this. Are you dragged into this? Because, like,
we kind of made a promise to help you. So,
yeah, I made a promise. I promised to always help you guys.
yeah, great.
We are friends, like
Clinton's looking at this like you just ask them to wear something very tacky. Like, look, I don't like to hang labels on things.
fine. We are.
We're in a jury together.
Yes, we.
It's the
Yeah.
noblest condition any fae can aspire to. We have agreed to mutually not backstab each other unless someone really is asking for it.
Yeah. Like, okay. So,
Fine, we got to go to the woods now. Barblau convened the jury. We have to go.
oh, okay. All right.
All right, so you come to the Witch's Rock, and you can see Rebecca and a couple of other people that look vaguely like her. And Barblau and you and Glenn arrive, and there are some wolves sitting in the woods. And there's you, Johnny. So they have all the three peoples plus you, whatever you are. You're like a bonus, 1.5. Oh, and now we have Adam. So there's an actual human too.
Yep.
I think Charity is there as well. So Barblau just looks at you, Atalanta, says, "This is your show."
I, Atalanta Winters, declare that I have a private action against Selina Vale for a breach of hospitality. I ask this jury that I be permitted to hunt Selina Vale with no interference from others of the Fae or the Pack or any witnesses. Said hunt not to exceed 1 hour. Should she evade me for that time, all obligations between us to be cancelled.
Oh, we don't have any obligations.
Well, there's kind of this. I'm feeling obliged to hunt you. It's like that will go away if you.
If I
Yeah,
win
yeah,
for an
yeah.
hour.
I mean, I will offer you a string if you agree to run.
No. Why don't you just kill me now and get it over with? Right? That's your plan, right? You want to kill me? You want to murder me? I'm not going to give into your little game. I didn't do anything wrong, so I'll let you murder me. I didn't break any hospitality.
Before witnesses, Selina Vale has offered her life to me, to be mine to do with as I wish.
Hold up. Hold up. You said you could kill me. Nothing more, nothing less.
Barblau speaks of like speaking for the Fae, I guess. Is this to be a duel or a sacrifice?
Selina, please clarify for the sake of the jury.
This is all very new and confusing. Like, why? Adam, Johnny, why? Why are you here?
To back you up, I think. To back you up, I think.
All right.
I think.
Okay.
If
I'm
that's
not.
the decision you want to make, if you want to give up your life to Atalanta, that's yours. But
I mean, I'm not. Survival instincts will kick in. So a duel seems more likely to be the agreed upon thing, I guess.
A duel then is your offer.
Sure.
Are there any other parties to this action? We can take one from all the peoples.
I believe the Queen of Fairy is an interested party.
She doesn't get her hands dirty. I get them dirty for her, mate. But we already got a Fae in this mix, so is the Silky
Fair enough. If you can bear witness for her, that is satisfactory.
is the Silky gonna fight for you, Selina?
Wait. I mean,
Leave Johnny out of it, and I'll leave the pack out of it. But this is between the two of us.
I wasn't going to ask Johnny to fight for me.
I have your back if you want it. But Atalanta, you don't need to do this. This is absurd.
Yeah, well, she's absurd.
It's become a matter of honor.
Sure it has. Not because you made a promise to the Queen of the Fairies. That's got nothing to do with it, I'm sure.
Keeping promises is a question of honor.
Not when the fairies are involved.
Barbara shrugs. My only statement to you, Wolf and Girl, is if you lose and yet survive, I'll cut your head off and take it back to my mistress.
And
Don't
Selina's
try.
like looking at Adam for a lot of this. Like, what are you doing here?
Sorry, I was muted.
Oh, okay. I was like, Adam's so quiet.
I mean, he doesn't have much to say. I said that I protect you, but now you're dueling someone. What can I do?
That's what I'm watching for. I'm like, okay, I see how it is.
I mean, is the dark lady person there?
Oh yeah, she's like, this is good. I am ever so glad I picked up a spare today.
Yeah.
I look at her and I say, if they need representatives from all the people, should I go?
We have a people of the woods. We have a people of the fairy. I mean, you would be technically a human.
So should I?
That is up to you, though. If you do, I'm pretty sure that young Miss Atalanta will ask for someone to join her.
So I step forward next to Selina.
All right, and like as you step next, like, so you've got a new boss too, huh?
Yeah.
He like leans up against you, and you can feel that his skin is warm. He says, "And a heartbeat."
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. And I beckon my pack over.
It's gonna be. This is just turning into West Side Story.
Yes. And I tell the pack, try not to hurt Adam. Just keep him from interfering.
So wait, she gets 1, but you get 20?
It's not
Well,
20.
it's not 20. It's like maybe 3 or 4.
It's a gang.
Pick the
Yeah.
best one.
I mean, I have a gang too, so we can equal numbers. So
All right.
Wait a minute. Are the Fae going to enter the fight? I mean, I don't think they've actually got your back on this.
I mean, that's literally what the move is.
Yeah.
They are a gang that protects me, just like your pack of wolves.
True.
You could ask Johnny to join you, Atalanta.
He said he would if I, So.
If you ask.
If you want to, I would love to not die, Johnny. So, if you would like to help me not die, I would love that.
Johnny stretches and walks over.
Which side do you stand on, Johnny?
I stand in the middle and I look at Atalanta and I say, it doesn't have to be like this.
And I sort of shrug and say, this wasn't my choice. This is what Selina insisted on. I tried to give her an out.
You don't understand responsibility. And I walk over to Johnny. I'm Johnny. I walk over to Selina and I turn to Rebecca and I say, Landers.
I want to hug my actual friends before this shit goes down.
Okay. Trying to think the best way to do this.
I have no clue.
No clue.
Because
Yeah, Monsterhearts isn't really meant for mass battle.
no, it's more than that though. I'm like, I don't want to nerf you having your jury, but I also don't want to nerf Atalanta either. So I think Glyn just sort of grins at you and says, the thing is, and vanishes. But Barblau just holds his hand up and the scythe appears. So your gang is just a little more fragile than Atalanta's. Sure. They're both technically gangs. It's just it'll be slightly easier for you to lose your gang than she to lose hers. And we'll just
sorry, I just want to clarify. So maybe I wasn't as clear. When I turned to Rebecca and said Landers, like that was me indicating feeling really homesick. That I was like, this place, I need to go home after when this is over. And that's the ocean's breath.
Oh, are you not? So you're not joining the fight? You're gonna leave?
No. What I'm saying is, people on the land are nuts, and I've committed to help this person, but I feel, but I miss my home.
And you have to choose one for the MC.
Right. We have to choose the. Oh! I thought the MC chooses.
No, you choose.
I choose. I feel like I've been letting you choose this whole time. Sorry, I misunderstood. And I think the ocean is going to bring forth something that it thinks will make me feel better.
So, what is actually troubling you?
The way these people interact, right? The Atalanta's like unwillingness to take responsibility for the action that led to her mother's death. Like Selina's like kind of inherent like ducking of like just bobbing and weaving and not holding still and not like and Adam's like constant desire for self-sacrifice, like these like human flaws that are like driving them into conflict with each other, right? It's just like it's making me like wish for the simplicity of home. even though I'm obviously like I have my own issues that I'm bringing to this particular battle too.
Brings forth something that it thinks will make you feel better.
Like, really, the fight is what's bumming me. I said all this. The fight is what's bumming me out, right?
Right. Okay. So, when you speak your wish, in your hands suddenly appears a long strand of kelp. And it feels like you can whip it around pretty good.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
I
I whip
haven't
it
told
around
you
pretty good.
I haven't told
Yeah.
you what it does yet, so
No, I just whip it around pretty good.
Yes. Well, you know, that is the theme of Kingsport 1876. Okay, folks. So yeah, I guess let's get this on. Atalanta, what do you do?
I am going, well, like I said, I've instructed my pack to try to just try to keep the others from interfering, so that it's just Selina and me fighting as far as possible, and for them to try not to hurt anybody if they can avoid it.
Okay, so it sounds like they're just trying to keep everybody away, and it's the
Right.
two of you.
Right.
Okay. That sounds like they'll probably not be able to give you much help with the harm, but I think anybody that wants to help Selina, at least right now, will have to keep their cool to get close enough. So let's start with that. Are you just springing to the attack as a wolf?
Yeah, I'm in wolf form, and I'm not actually trying to harm her. I'm trying to pin her.
Huh.
Pin me, daddy. Pin me.
That is not lash out physically, is it? I think that's keep your cool, unfortunately. But take the +1 for your pack helping you.
Okay. That is a 7.
Ooh, cool. 7 is good. Okay. So you pounce on Selina and knock her down, and you're pinning her. But the pack has to help you. One of your wolves peels away and comes and helps you pull her down. So your choice, Barblau or Adam gets through.
I'll choose Barb though.
Awesome. Take harm as his scythe comes whistling through the air and nearly docks one of your ears.
Okay.
Selina, what do you do?
Yeah, they're pinning me down. I mean, I'm mostly just struggling to get out of the pin, I guess.
You have so many new things you can do too.
Oh yeah, no, I got plans. But yeah, like she hasn't like tried to hurt me yet, so I'm not the one that's gonna try to draw first blood. I'm just trying to get out from underneath the her and the other one.
That sounds like you're trying to keep your cool in a tough situation.
Sure does.
Yep, it does.
All right. So
as you know, a slavering wolf being is trying to camp down on your chest is probably gonna.
All right. So, question. I mean, it's a 10 on the dice, -1 cold. But does entrenched help me with this? Because keep your cool is a self-facing move, right?
Yeah, I think here it's
Fine with it being a 9.
yeah, I think it's gonna have to be a 9 unless you want to give the dark power string.
I would have done that beforehand.
Okay. Yeah, that's right. You do have to do it before the roll.
Yeah.
Cool. So on a 9, you're able to get up, but that wolf that pulled you down nips you. So please take 1 harm.
No problem.
All right, Adam,
Oh,
Johnny, what are you guys doing?
I think, is there a way for me to sort of like roll to support Selina?
What game are we playing?
I don't know.
Monsterhearts.
Yeah, it's
not a
Monster.
lot of such things.
Yeah, no. So I guess I'll just go for the wolf pack. I'll just lash out physically.
All right then.
Why? Okay. What did I do? What did I touch? Why do I keep touching things? Everything's hard, you guys. I'm really tired. Yep. Lash out physically is with volatile, and my volatile is -1, so I rolled a 10.
Wow. Okay, cool. So you do your harm to the pack. 1 second, please. Let me just make a little note here. The pack has a clock. All right. So you punch a wolf, and with your human strength, it still lands a pretty good blow. So it goes yelping and backs off. Johnny, what are you doing?
So, I think what I want to do, I don't know what this piece of kelp does. I want to try something with it, and you'll tell me whether it works or not. I just want to like entangle Atalanta in the in like use the like sort of like an Indiana Jones whip style move, right? But like entangle, entangle Atalanta and sort of just not do her harm, but pull her off, Selina.
Okay. Yeah. Let's call that lash out physically.
Okay, I'm gonna use a string I have on her to add 1 to the roll.
Excellent.
My volatile is very bad though. Yeah.
Then this will be entertaining.
Always. That is an even 5.
Fantastic. This is what happens. You swing at Atalanta, but she's a wolf, so she just dodges out of the way. And you wrap up Adam. Adam, you feel the enormous tranquil peace of sitting on the beach in the evening, watching the sunset, the cool evening winds blowing in, calming you as you just sort of tumble to the ground, not asleep, just very, very peaceful and content.
Great. And on that note, I do have to hop off.
I know you do.
But I love you all, and you're all great. Enjoy the rest of the fight.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Thank you, all the rest of you, for staying a little late. We'll try and wrap this up as soon as we can. So, yeah, you see that and probably are smiling now because apparently the sea heard your call.
Yeah.
So I guess we're going to swing this back around to Atalanta. So you've seen one of your wolves go yelping off. Adam drops down with a goofy grin on his face.
Yeah. Selina, I will offer you a string if you let me pin you in a way that looks secure, but you can easily break free from.
Sure.
Okay.
I'll take that. take that XP.
All right, I'm going to do that. I'm going to hold the pin for a moment so that people witness that I've got her down, and then I release her. I change to human form, and I declare that the duel is over.
Was this just a wrestling match?
Yeah, Barblow's looking at you like, what? But she's still alive.
I didn't say it was a fight to the death, Barbalow. This was a hunt. I took the prey down. I achieved my victory. I kept my promise to the Fairy Queen.
You
We're
didn't.
done.
You didn't, Atalanta.
I told the Fairy Queen that I would not fail.
No, you promised her my pelt.
I did not. She offered me a boon if I brought her your pelt. She did not offer a contract. There is no bond between us.
How well played, my dear. Hello, Selina. It seems you finally found another loophole. And standing in the middle of the ring is the elegant beauty of the Queen of Hearts. She's gone back to the classics.
I guess so. I mean, I couldn't have done it without your help, but you did promise we'd get through this together.
Well, we're not together. So technically, you don't have to get through this.
Or technically, you failed to keep your promise.
You want to try and claim that against me? Go right ahead. Selina Vale, as you have declared your loyalty to another power, I dismiss you with prejudice from any Fey court.
I was never in any Fey court.
If you trespass in our lands, we'll consider you a trespasser. But I'm sure you've got a loophole for that, too.
Well, I can release you from your promise if you revoke that.
I will. In return for this, one day out of every 100 years, you must do me a service. Will that fit in your busy schedule?
Sure, fine, no problem. I mean, I'm sure it will cause problems.
It will.
But I'm used to causing problems, so.
You're so good at it. I really don't know why you didn't just want to work for us. Oh, and as for you, Barblow.
Because you demanded it.
So she looks at poor Barblow, who's kind of, you've never seen a red cap shake in his boots, but now you have. I have a long course of punishments ready for you, but we'll start with this. And he turns into a giant blue teddy bear. He's like, what? Oh, no! No!
Oh! Wow. It's all come full circle.
Curse you, Selina Vale. Curse you!
You're not going to remember this. So.
Technically, teddy bears can't curse anybody either, so you're probably okay.
Huh.
Atalanta, does this mean that you don't want your mommy back?
Oh, that's fucked up.
I regret, lady, that I have learned to mistrust fairy boons.
Well, I can't blame you. It probably wouldn't have worked out anyway. I mean, there was so much leniency in there. You've grown wise and cold, human.
You're mistaken, lady. I was always cold.
Wisdom claimed from the Fae is usually its own punishment.
I have found it to be so.
How disappointing. Well, I suppose we're all done here. Come along, Glenn, who's like hiding behind a tree, like, yes, ma'am. Yes, sorry about that, ma'am. I'm sure I'll make it up to you, ma'am. Oh, I'm so dead. Like, sure, why? They walk by you, Selina, like, could you help me out, Selina, for old time's sake?
Sure. I don't know how. But I will.
Uh, making promises you can't keep, Selina.
I
Not
can keep
wise.
promises when I want to keep promises.
This one, I think you'll fail, Selina.
So let's do some quick epilogues for
Well,
everyone.
yeah, I would have like looked at Johnny. I'm like, a shrug.
So yeah, let's start with Johnny. Johnny, do you want to do the day you go back to the sea?
Yeah. Like I think after the fight, like we have our little whatever, go back to the barbecue, eat some cow, um, uh, you know, uh, dance, some dancing, um,
With Rebecca?
with Rebecca. I think with Rebecca. But like, Johnny remains as baffled as he was, like at the end of that last session when he decided to come back. He felt like he'd gained some knowledge, and now this just like what happened? What happened here? Who are these people? What are people? What do anyways? We've been through this before, and I think he's just sort of decided that this is his curiosity is as sated as it's going to be, and I think he has a conversation with Rebecca on the beach, um, where he says goodbye, and says if she can find her way, um, to his home, he would love to see her, and he would love for her to be there too, but he has to leave. Um, and So he does, and he swims out. But she gives him back his pelt. She's not going to withhold it.
No, she's
Yeah.
not gonna hold it.
So he takes back his pelt and he swims out to the continental shelf, and he sort of turns back as a seal one last time, looking at, it's the 4th of maybe there's still some bonfires on the beach, glowing lights on the head. And then he turns around and he dives, and he's done with the land.
Atalanta.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'll have tea with Adam the next day when I say sorrowfully that he should have trusted me,
Aww.
and it all I needed was for Selina to accept my challenge. That it was so hard to get her to behave in a way that would let me salvage my honor and my reputation within the pack. She made so much trouble for herself, and yeah, I mean, I think the Winters found with the leverage we got over the road cliffs, like we get that railroad provision through the state legislature. Some stock we have that was worth it, that was almost worth this, becomes fairly valuable, and that's sort of the first step towards getting our finances all back on track. I mean, I think I basically take over the family businesses.
I kind of like a last image of you sitting in your office with other werewolves coming in and bowing down to offer fealty, and like one of your servants just closes the door.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. Selina, Do you go back to 1943?
It's more fun to just find out if I end up in another game to where I end up next, because that's amusing. But like, I wanted like a post scene like with Atalanta in private. Why the fuck didn't you just tell me in private?
It had to be a real contest, Selina. It couldn't be a put-up job.
It clearly wasn't. I couldn't hear you.
I didn't say anything. It was
Okay, screen lag. Okay.
it was yeah.
So, but I was like,
yeah.
You're ridiculous.
And
What?
you
Thanks.
You don't understand fairies or werewolves.
I understand fairies pretty well. Let me tell you what. Because you can never.
If you understood fairies, you wouldn't get in so much trouble with them.
That's not true. I get in trouble with everyone. So.
My point exactly.
And like at that line, that's probably when like the messenger shows up for a task or something.
Ah, Selina, set the way back for 64 AD. We've got to burn down a city. Okay, I think my epilogue is, like the day after the 4th of July, somebody comes out of their farm fields holding this weird misshapen object that's sort of glowing and beeping, and the Blackwells show up like, thanks, that's actually ours. And let's call that Kingsport 1876. Wow. That was fun and weird. You guys are great.